All right, guys, UFC 315 goes down this weekend for Montreal. And once again, I'm partnering up with the DraftKings Sportsbook to give all new customers a fantastic offer. Bet only $5 or more and get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you use my promo code Cormier. Hey, Jack Della Maddalena finally gets his opportunity to become a world champion as he takes on Belal Muhammad. And in the co-main event, Manon Fior takes on the great Valentina Shevchenko. We are bringing a fantastic card to Canada, as the UFC always does. So why not get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook? Once again, all new customers, bet only $5 or more and get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you sign up using my promo code Cormier. Hey, at the DraftKings Sportsbook, you can get in on the action and show everyone that your mixed martial arts knowledge is higher than theirs, all the while you're lining your pockets. I mean, come on, man. It don't get no better than that at the DraftKings Sportsbook, where the crown is yours. And today's episode is brought to you by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC. They're in your corner with unlimited 5G data that will not slow you down.
Champ, thanks for checking in with me, as always. You know, we've been doing these for a while, since New Jersey. I don't know who you beat in New Jersey. You remember that one time we were talking about basketball and I was wearing Jordans, or you were wearing Jordans, and because I outplayed you so bad, I told you to take them off? You were wearing Jordans. You were wearing Jordans. You were wearing Jordans, and you were wearing. I outplayed you, and you were like, I was like, yo, don't wear those Jordans, Bobby, because of what happened in the game. Remember when I hit you with that sky hook? I got you with a sky hook. You remember that? I you with a
sky hook, but it wasn't like
fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar style. Hey, but we've been doing these for a while, man, and through it all right. You've been on a long win streak, but now you're the champion. I told you carry a little bit of a different aura. Like, what does it feel like life now as the champion?
It does feel a little bit different. You know, walking around with gold. You know, I got money in my pocket now. I don't gotta. Now me and Ian can eat steak. We don't have to eat grilled chicken every day.
Yeah.
Life's been good, man. For me, it's more so like the people around me, right? The people that have been with me from the beginning, the journey they saw me from my lows to the highs, and just be able to celebrate with them has been the best part.
Yeah. I saw a picture of you when you went up to Dana and you were like, I'm going to be a UFC champ. Here, I say something. You look so broke. You look so broke. I was like, he's not going to be a champ. If I would have saw you when you went up to him, I'd be like, you're not going to be a champ. But you had this belief in yourself even then, bro. Like, and then how, when you started the career in the way that it went, did you never lose faith, right? You never lost faith. What did you know in this team that you built that regardless of what was happening, it was always going to happen? Because bro, you a little dusty boy. When you walked up to Dana saying you about to be a world champion.
Well, I had like a mustache, shit here. Like, honestly, I look back at it, what the heck? But I had dreams, right? You know, I always believed in myself. And for me, it was always to keep the people around me that kept pushing me, to keep people around me that wanted the best of me. Like, even when I lost, even when I got into the UFC and I started 1-2, those people around me, they stay the course. We're gonna get it. We know what we can do. We know what we're capable of. And it was just, like you said, having faith, believing in God, knowing that God's plan is the best plan. I'm very religious and praying 5 times a day. You talk to God a lot. You speak to God. You tell him your fears, your desires. And for me, that's where the patience came in. That's where the mentality came in. And every one of those downs made this high that much better.
Let's go back to the night you won the championship. Right, we're in Manchester, right?
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like the craziest time frame of all time. You literally pitch a shutout, right? You fought as good of a fight as I've ever seen you fight. The pressure was there, the takedowns were there. You did everything in the way that you wanted to. You really put Leon on his heels the entire time. Immediately start hearing, oh, it was the middle of the night. There's kind of a little bit of like excuses. Did you pay much attention to that? And were you disappointed in the idea that not only did he say that, but it felt like people were almost supporting the idea that it went down the way that it did because of the time when you yourself had to fight at the same time?
It was even worse for me. I had to go out there. He was talking about he hired a NASCAR sleeping coach and everything. We had to get a sleep machine because we were still broke back then, right? We had but people have been doing that every one of my fights, right? Every time I beat somebody, there's an excuse, and it's from from people, from the fighters, and they go off that narrative that I only lost because of this. I only lost because of this. So my mentality was, bro, it's all good. I'm just gonna keep winning, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, my resume speaks for itself. My wins speak for itself, and I'm dominating these guys.
Yeah.
And people look at that day, like you said, I fought such a great fight, but bro, that wasn't even the version I am, the best version I am, right? That was at 5 a.m. That was us trying to stay awake that late. Like,
Yeah.
the version this Saturday is going to be the best version you've ever seen.
But what have you done differently? Because again, like I said, as an outsider watching, I feel like I don't think I've ever seen you look better. You look great against Sean Brady, especially obviously you knocked him out. But in terms of just overall performance, I thought that was probably your best performance to this date. What have you done to change it?
We constantly evolve. Like our gym, we're not settled on, all right, now we're good, take your foot off the gas. I'm training every single day. I'm getting better every single day. Like, the guys I train with, bro, they're the best in the world. They're so good. Like, Ignacio Montes, bro. This guy's getting spinny heel kick knockouts. This guy. So I'm learning some of that, bro. I'm going to do some spinny stuff with the kid, bro.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I do.
Don't do that. That shit don't work, man.
Bro, I'm telling you.
That shit don't work, man. Bro, let me tell you something. Remember when Chris Weidman tried that against Luke? Don't do that spinning stuff. In more cases with the spins, it turns out bad than it does for you, like Ignacio.
But Weidman was learning from, like, Aljo spin. I'm learning from a professional, right? I'm learning from somebody who actually knows how to do it.
Oh, my God. Stay away from the spinning attacks, man. Don't do it. You get the staph infection, right? It was bad, man. And Chael Sonnen told me the story the other day. And you tell me if this is true, because I never know if Chael's telling the truth. He tells me that you wanted to gauge your readiness. And to do that, you said, I'm going to do push-ups. And he said you got to 5. And that was 7 months ago. But I'm trying to explain to Chael, like, you're on your toe, and that's what a staph infection was. So maybe that was what played a part in you not being able to do it. When you did that, though, if it's true, which it looks like you're shaking your head like it's true, if it's true, when you can only hit 5 push-ups as the world champ, what are your thoughts? Like, are you thinking to yourself, man, I'm really far away from where I need to be in order to get back to that championship level that I'm accustomed to being at?
Yeah, man, that was like the hardest time in my life. Because, like you said, you just won the belt. You're in the highest high, and you're like, all right, what's next? Let's go next. And then we get that. And the doctor's telling you, bro, like, you could lose your foot. You could have died. And all that. I'm like, bro, what? From a bone infection? He's like, bro, it's lit up. And when I had to cancel that fight, it was like heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Then sitting on the couch, like, you can't sweat. And I'm like, bro, I literally work out every single day. There's not a time or a day that I'm not doing something. They're like, you can't sweat, don't move, don't do this. And then, yeah, you're like, when you feel your weakest, you're like, bro, am I ever going to be back to what I was? Like, am I ever going to get to where I was again? But like, that's where the faith comes in. That's where having a team around you that pushes you. The coaches, when it's time to go, right? It was like, all right, you got the all clear. And I was like, all right, let me go train hard right now. So, like, the people around me slowing me down. It's, yo, go a little bit lighter. We don't want to get hurt again or something worse happens, right? So, but we got through it. Like I said, it made me love this game that much more. It made me appreciate it that much more because beating out of the gym, like, it made me realize how much I needed it. And now where I am right now is, like I said, the strongest I ever felt.
How long before you were able to get back in the gym to start to train after the staph infection? And isn't it crazy how you take things for granted until you don't have it, and then you realize, like, man, I would literally die to be able to do something that I've been doing for 10 years.
It's wild, right? You don't even, like, but people always say, oh, man, take care of your health before you don't have it anymore. You're like, oh, I'm still young. I still got this. I still got time. But all of a sudden, a snap of a finger, it all changes.
Yeah. And,
it made me just realize that, right? And, yeah, I mean, for myself, for what I've been through, what I've gone through, like, I'm on another level now, just mentally stronger. It made me that much better, made me that much physically stronger too. And
the ability to do this now, you appreciate it, right? You appreciate the fact that on Saturday night, you get to go out and fight for a world championship. And you always appreciate the competition, right? Yeah. But when it feels like it was taken away because you trained and you got a staph infection, like, literally you train every day and it doesn't happen, but then it happens and it feels like it's getting taken away. That appreciation for the opportunity, that in itself can lead you to feeling like you can fight better or want to fight better than you ever have in your life.
100%. Like, my mentality now is like, I'm so grateful that I got to fight 2 days away, 3 days away.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's more like a free, where you're like, yes, we got a chance. We got another chance at it because there was a chance that we wouldn't fight again. And you're like, I waited my whole career just to get to the title. I got the title, and now I'm not going to be able to fight again. Now I'm going to lose a foot. Now my whole life's going to change because of this. But now it's like, we got it. God blessed us.
Yeah.
So now I'm not going to, waste that opportunity.
So when you're looking at the division, right? Joaquin Buckley beats on Colby Covington. He's like riding hot right now, looking really good. Jack Della Maddalena, you had him scheduled versus Leon Edwards. Sean Brady was available. Like, everybody seemed to be matched up. Shavkat Rakhmonov beats Ian Gary, who now Ian Gary went and beat Protez. So now it's like the whole division is kind of in flux underneath you. But you're waiting for a call. Everybody expects it's Shavkat. Shavkat's hurt. Nobody thought Jack Della Maddalena. When you got that name in particular, what was your first thought? Like, do you look back at a fight, like especially that fight with that one dude, Basil Hafez, and go, okay, I'm ready to eat? Or do you go like, okay, he deserves it? Because sometimes the guy that isn't expected is the one that fights you better than you could have expected, i.e. Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like Jack, but then when I look and I'm like, oh, well, he has the longest winning streak in the division. Mm-hmm. And at that time, it was like all these other guys, I beat Brady, Kamaru and Kobe both sucked. These other guys were right there. And then I was like, all right, well, it made sense at the time. So I'm like, well, the guy with a double-digit winning streak. Mm-hmm. But my team mentality, we always had the mentality of like, yo, we're fighting the best version. Don't come in here thinking it's going to be easy. We have to work harder. We have to push ourselves harder than the Leon fight.
He said you're boring. He said that you're boring, right? That's something that you've been trying to get away from for a long time. I didn't think that last fight was boring. I didn't think that the fight against Sean, what's his name? Sean Brady was boring. I don't think that the last few fights have been boring. But he says that you're boring. And it makes a comparison to George St. Pierre or something like that. How in the world can you make a comparison? That would be, to me, you tell me anything in the same name as George St. Pierre, I'm like, okay, thank God. Like, I made it. But he thinks that you're boring.
I don't know if it's the way that Australians trash talk where they try to compliment you. I'm like, bro, what? But I was sitting there like, okay, we'll see how boring it is Saturday, right? When I punch you in the mouth and then I'm putting you down, I'm hurting you. Like these guys, they all have that narrative and they say this or they say that, but when they get into the cage, they realize it's different. They realize, oh wait, he's not boring. Wait, this is not boring. I'm gonna hit in the mouth. Yeah, the ref needs to step in and save me. All these guys, they all will think one way, but when they get in the cage after the fight, then they think another way.
Yeah, it would seem as though it would be a very tough matchup for Jack Della Maddalena fighting you. People don't respect, I think, your size whenever they're looking at you, and then when you get into the octagon on fight night, because of the way that you compete, how do you think he'll deal with that? That pace, that pressure, and your ability to kind of grind up against him whenever he's not really accustomed to that.
He's gonna break. They all break, right? They all feel that. I see it in their eyes. I see the moment where they look at it and they, what do I do next? There's no plan B. He only has one plan, one way to win, right? It's on the feet. Mm-hmm. But when I'm out striking him on the feet, then he's gonna have to shoot for a takedown, and I'm just gonna laugh. And I'm like, all right, well, what do you do next?
Leon shot on you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and it's like these guys will all do that. I trained with the best striker in the UFC, so I'm not worried about anything he throws at me, anything he's gonna come with his hands. I'm gonna laugh at it. Like I've seen it all. So I'm gonna go out there, dominate him, and then break him.
Yeah. You said earlier this week you're gonna defend your championship. Islam might as well. He just go ahead and schedule your fight. I'm staying here. There's no interest in going up to 185. Like, are you still just enjoying the weight? Like you're good here at 170 still?
Yeah, I mean the weight class. For me, I would go up to 185. I mean, if they gave me the chance, but I feel like I need at least 2 or 3 title defenses.
But is that the world? Is that the world we live in anymore? Ilya just moved up after 1 title defense.
I mean, if Dana White gives the offer, right, I'll go up there. Like, Driscoll sucks.
Why do you think everybody sucks, man? Bro, you just said Kamaru sucks, Kobe sucks, and Drika sucks.
All right, if we're all looking at those 3 guys, they really do suck. Like, they're not really good. When I compare them to myself, like, I break every single one of them.
Yeah. Well, okay, before I let you go, you and Kamaru Usman got into a fight, man. Y'all actually got into a fight, Belal. Yeah, I mean, whose idea was it for you to even go on the podcast when you guys have been joining at each other before?
We all know that. I think his name's like Ali or something, right?
It was Ali?
Brother, it's going to be professional. I'm like, bro.
You guys were jawing at each other before the interview.
Yeah, but maybe Ali thought it was gonna be something different. But yeah.
What happened? I gotta know. Nobody told me. I'm like, yo, somebody tell me what happened.
So we got onto the podcast, and then Kamaru's ego is so big, he didn't realize that he had a real champion in front of him. He thought he was still the world champion. And I think
because of the same management, you guys have always been in the same circle, but because he was the champion, you always have been kind of the guy. The roles are reversed.
Yeah.
So it's hard to kind of look at this new world that we live in.
Exactly. Well, you're supposed to be a professional. You're the podcaster, right? Like, you know.
I'd fight your ass too. Go ahead.
You're the host.
Yes.
But he's not really a good host. He doesn't really know how to talk. He doesn't know how to speak. Cejudo's probably should take the lead a little bit more, but we were just talking about it, me being at the top and how I'm the champion now. And he was like, "No, I'm the champion too." And I'm like, "How are you the champion too? What are you talking?"
Wait, no, you stop,
bro. Literally, he literally said, "I'm the champion too."
Stop.
And I was like, "Bro, is this guy's head that big?" I'm like, "No, you're not the champion. You're on a 3-5 losing streak." And
you said that right there?
Oh, bro, no, it got even worse. This is where I think over the top.
Oh my God, were you guys there?
Oh, if we were there,
who was there?
Lou.
Is this all true?
There, Lou, for Das. It was for Das.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
This is what triggered. He was like, "I'm the champion. Anything you do, I do better." And I was like, "You don't take the head kick better than."
Well, that's kind of hitting below the belt a little bit.
Like, if you're gonna come in,
it's like a little bit below the belt, maybe.
No, it's like you can't. If you're gonna talk, like you gotta be able to take it.
Oh.
And then it was like. From there, I saw the tear, like, you know, when somebody's about to cry, like you're watching a movie, you see it like blowing in the side of your eyes. I was like, bro, this man really gonna cry right now. I was like, bro, you were a champion before, man. Relax. And then it just started tearing up. And then, you know, when those kids, when you're a young kid and you get mad and you start crying and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight you." And that's what it turned out to be.
And you guys tussle?
I mean, it wasn't really a tussle. Like, somebody got hit, somebody got dropped.
I cannot wait to see the footage because he fights Joaquin Buckley next, and if he wins, could potentially be the number one contender.
Potentially, right? But I think he got to do a lot more editing. They're trying to get some AI done with that video. So I'm like, why ain't it out there yet? Right?
Yeah.
We've been looking for it, searching for it. But
so you beat Jack Della. That's your preference, Kamaru Usman?
I mean, he has to win, right? You're on a 3 brothers.
Do you think he beats Joaquin Buckley?
I don't.
No, you don't, huh?
I mean, you're on a 2-year hiatus. Buckley's been going hard, right? He's been working. He's been training.
Fighting well.
He's fighting well. He just dominated Kobe. And Kamaru went to war with Kobe, right? So, I mean, man, I'm looking at like Buckley's about to knock him out.
Yeah, well, you got business to take care of this weekend, and you seem primed to do that. Thank you for checking in with me again. Guys, Belal Muhammad defends his UFC welterweight championship this weekend at UFC 315 against Jack Della Maddalena. Make sure you hit the buy button on ESPN Plus pay-per-view and tap into everything that the Bully's doing. Until next time, like, subscribe, tell your friends about my YouTube channel. And I got friends like Belal Muhammad checking in with me. I'm going to call you Bahal. Trying to assert it the right way.
You're hanging on chill.
Hey. And happy birthday, Ian. Arrogant prick. Till next time. Peace.